Hello, it's Callum here. So this video, this is the first of two videos within the stomach. So I'm going to talk about two separate distinct areas within the stomach. The first one, the one here, is the gastric body. The next video I'm going to talk about the gastric pylorus, because they have very different appearances. So this is the gastric body. So here we've got the luminal surface here, up here. This follows the same basic structure as the rest of the GI tract. So we've got surface epithelium, crypts, lamina propria in between. This is muscularis mucosa here, and we haven't got anything beyond that in this section. So we're really looking at the mucosa here of the gastric body. So there's a couple of different things going on here. So this is a broadly speaking a normal sample. The surface here is lined by simple columnar epithelium. It's a type of epithelium that secretes mucin. It's mucinous epithelium. We call that foveolar epithelium in this region. We've got basally located nuclei and lots of cytoplasm above them. These are mucus secreting cells. It's got a foveolar surface, foveolar epithelium on the surface that secretes mucin. Underneath that, though, there is a totally different cell type, and this here, if we look here, it kind of illustrates this nicely. We've got our foveolar or mucus secreting epithelium here. All of a sudden, that changes to this much pinker group of cells here, and that continues all the way down. So there's two main cell types among all this. And these two, if we just see if I can get good examples. Yeah, I think here we've got good examples. So one of the cell types is bright pink, like this one here. Bright pink, lots of pink cytoplasm, and a centrally placed nucleus. It looks a bit like a fried egg. Here's another example. Bright pink cytoplasm, centrally placed a purple nucleus that looks like a fried egg. So these are the parietal or oxyntic cells. And these are responsible for secreting acid and also intrinsic factor. So these are the gastric parietal cells. And they look like fried eggs. So they're quite easy to identify. But in between these gastric parietal cells, we've got a different type of cell, like here, where the nuclei are along the bottom, and then their cytoplasm is all towards the luminal aspect. But they're not, so they don't have that kind of central nucleus that gives it a fried egg appearance. Here's some more around here. And also their cytoplasm is a bit bluer. I'm not sure how well that comes across in the video, but contrasted to the bright pink parietal cell cytoplasm. These are a wee bit bluer, and also they're a bit granular. Now it's difficult to tell that on a video because this is a scan slide. It perhaps doesn't come across quite so well, but these got very granular basophilic or blue cytoplasm, and that's because they're stocked full of pepsin. These are pepsin secreting cells, and they're known as chief cells or peptic cells. So we've got our chief cells and our parietal cells, and that's how you know really if you got a bit of gastric, if you got a gastric biopsy. The foveolar surface is not specific to the gastric body, but if you see these parietal and chief cells, you know you're in the gastric body or in the fundus, which has a similar look. So body or fundus. There will be some neuroendocrine cells among all this too, but I can't really identify them on H&E here. This here is a lymphoid aggregate. Now you're supposed to, there is a school of thought that goes along the lines of if you see lymphoid aggregates, you're not supposed to see that in normal gastric mucosa. But to be honest, I see it quite a lot in samples that have been called normal. So I'm not sure. I don't know how much stock to hold in that. But you're not supposed to see too much inflammation within the stomach, not like the colon, which was packed full of inflammatory cells within the lamina propria. So that's pretty much a run through gastric body or the fundus. Will have a very similar appearance. Okay, I'm going to go on to talk about the gastric pylorus now in the next video. Okay, speak to you soon.